Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to step forward today for some symbolic support, scooch up a chair, scooch up a chair. We're going to do an open message to see what Spirit has to say or a message for you. We're going to create an Inkblot in Sacred Sepia ink to see what shapes and
Ceiling.
symbols step forward for our psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on Terran Oracle in the Shaman's Palm configuration, and where Mr. Paranormal Plasma here is, as you heard, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or add to the reading. Overall, pleased to receive or release freely. Timestamps below. Let's go. You know, it's easier to remember things when they rhyme. Sorry if I seem like double shades. I've been working on the flower farm, so I've got some sun in my face, but I stay covered. So if you are returning, I adore you. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, my name is Steph, and I create in the name of. We are going to create this ink blot, not as a masterpiece, but as a portal for us to perceive and receive, gazing to gain our own individual to interconnected messages. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated, whether you want to throw down an emoji, share what you see, sense, or feel, all that kind of good stuff. When you're ready for the reveal, if you'd like to take a deep breath with me, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support, in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. May you meet a message with meaning.
Time.
Time after time. Here's the ink blot if you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms. We have some incense going today, which is kind of nice. Okay, you take a moment. I'm just going to close up my inks here so I reduce the risk of spill. That is real. I am the mess maker. All right. I'm stepping in. All right. Somebody's smiling at me. Ooh, look at all the incense. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Someone is definitely
Asia.
smiling at me. You might have Asian ancestors. Okay, so I am looking up to this, and it almost kind of feels like not quite a labyrinth, but what I'm going to gobble up. There's pieces for me to receive. There are absolutely pieces for me to receive, almost like a video game or something that you could beep, 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 or like Donkey Kong, and see this person up here, or at least I'm seeing it as a person. It's an energy, whether you want to resonate with working with a guide, a spirit guide, something along that lines, but I'm going to say ancestor overall. They can see you coming. I think the way I'm feeling right now is I'm worried I won't fit. I won't fit.
What happened?
I don't know. Does that mean fit in or fit? Okay, so thank you. There are other characters here. They work in totems, totem energy. They're all part of a holographic history, because it's like I'm seeing this unpeeling. But when I say unpeeling, I don't mean like peeling. It's maybe shedding. Something about skin cells. And seeing the skin cells like snowflakes, sorry if that's gross, something along that lines. You don't have to worry about fitting, because at this point, if you're here with me, so thank you so much for holding space, they will drop things to you. Different lineages dropping things to you. Okay, and then you also have airplanes here, airplane symbol, and they will capture some things, and then they will toss other pieces down into certain parts of your energy body. There's a whole teamwork thing here happening. So when I say holographic history, I'm not sure if it's like I can see you
Where am I?
just becoming more or different degrees. I don't want to say more, but it's like seeing, is it different 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 degrees of density? Whew, I don't know, that was weird. But that's what it feels like. So as I feel like I'm at a point. I'm being fed. I have really big ears like Dumbo. Something about the Dumbo story as well is coming through. I don't know that I recall the Dumbo story, but it might hold meaning for you.
Stop.
But I'm hearing something about somebody told me I couldn't fly. Maybe. Dumbo ears. There's also an owl in here. These totems go above and below the surface. They work on a boat, so they come in and out. Because I'm seeing it like, is it Pong? You can move the little dashy thing side to side. That's how they work. Wherever like you go, wherever you go, whatever you do, we're gonna go through it together. That's what it makes me feel like. I also have parts of me that can reach out for things. I'm seeing a crab. Yeah, so like as these are floating down, these airplanes can drop things. I can also use them to reach out and grab things. Oh, there's a whole story happening in here. I don't know where my Scrying went. I think it's in this incense fiasco. Sorry. It's in here somewhere. Oh, it's a spider. It's a spider, not a crab. I apologize. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Yes. There is birds and branches. Birds and branches. Somebody has a mother in spirit.
I can't speak.
Maybe you don't hear them yet, and you're wondering why. Something about, I feel like my ears are plugged when it comes to that. This is like a whole, there's the smile in there. It's really, yeah, okay. All right. Yep. This woman feels busty. Okay. Now you know why I always have inky hands.
Open.
So I have here the brides and the 5 of cups, or 5 of holy waters. This is in your cave of ice. This is what I'm being, fed up here in like this Donkey Kong.
What do I do?
Give me a moment. Do you remember when I said fitting in? I wonder if I feel left out by like the story now that's coming through. Love it when it happens this way because it's actually easier for me to understand sometimes in my simple childish mind. Like the evil stepsisters or something like that. And you might feel outside of that. How do I fit in to beep, 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 to this maze? Or maybe it feels like a maze. But I feel like the work that you're doing, because now I'm seeing the movie Frozen that I've never seen. So is that another Disney one? Frozen.
Be careful.
And coming out of some sort of ice age within myself. But there's something within me that I've been doing when I'm alone. And I'm not trying to fit in, or I don't know if it's please. This also could be, sorry, there's another story coming through and I'm going to wander down it quickly. You might be the boss or like human resources or something like that. I hear that you're like a service servant. But do you recognize that spirit is also a servant working with you because of the caliber of work that you're doing?
Bring it to me.
There's a happy T-Rex in here. There's a fossil of a lizard, if a lizard means anything to you. A rhino, and there's some kind of bird. It looks a little freaky. Actually, I don't even think it's a bird. I'm seeing the show Futurama. Maybe I've seen it once in my life, but there it is. And I think he's like the scientist guy. I'm seeing him with a white coat on. I think he might be pink or purpley. And he's got like these... I don't know what he is. But the Futurama character, I think he might be the science guy. I feel like I'm doing something off to the side anyway. But he can fly. He might not be able to in the depiction of the show, but I don't think it's the point. There's something about unlikely friends. At some
Pathetic.
at some point in time, I've been pulled apart. I'm going to bring this up so you can see this where I'm at. I'm in here. Do you see this body right here? And it's like almost like a sacrifice. Like it feels maybe with those branches. Ew, okay. I say ew because I've just never seen it before, but okay. Imagine somebody's like necklace
Here.
but put the person here and then their arms out to the side and they become the necklace around the neck. Now it could be religious in nature, but I'm actually not seeing it that way. I think it's maybe self-sacrifice or something along that lines. Maybe there's a time in your life where things felt like the Cinderella story, right? Just being a servant. But now I feel like you're being of service, and spirit is, I don't want to say they're servants to you because then that makes it feel like it's just a swapping of power dynamics versus an understanding of reciprocal, you know what I mean? Resources of human, the holistic and holographic history. I'm going to leave that there, but hopefully that made sense somewhere. I'm going to wander into the Cave of Winds. 9 of Cups. Of course, if this card means anything to you, please follow that. The Cave of Winds is in your mind, your thoughts, looking over things. I feel like at one point in time I wanted to escape. Maybe you did escape something. Not as an escape artist, but I feel like you had to think about it. What do I want to do? Because I see potential and opportunity. I heard don't cry about it, write about it. Maybe that's something that you did. Cave of Hearthfires. Okay, so Cave of Hearthfires, we have 2 that have come out. We'll let them be. So the Knight of Knives and then the Knave of Stakes.
Please.
A knife is made with a wooden handle and obviously metal. And I feel like I want to see this wand or this stake with a metal seal. See this thing around his neck? So the Cave of Hearthfires is in your heart,
to your left.
You know, burning within the south. I'm unbandaging myself. But this bandage is, I know it's not a bandage here. It's like I'm unwrapping but that maybe my masculine energy, or maybe in some sort of relationship, male or female, indifferent, they're just the energy stepping forward blatantly. And he's like, again, just he is a generalization. He's like, here, give me that. I can use that as a decoration of my poise, of my posturing. For some of you, this is in regards to a relationship. It does feel romantic. Okay, thank you. For some, it is brother and sister. Something else about the lineage. You might carry different bandages, different generational gifts, generational traumas,
Where is it?
whatever words you might work in different elements. Because it's like overall alignment alchemy. This is kind of making me feel like this mother is stepping forward again. If there's a brother and sister or some sort of couple that is, or partnership commitment that is like squabbling, but this does feel mother and hearing like, stop it, enough.
Keep going.
Because it's like competing amongst the family, and it's unnecessary because things have been divvied up accordingly, and it is equal even though it doesn't look equal, because the equality is from a perspective of the human construct, not essence. So it's asking to be looked at it from this bigger place. For those that it's not about the relationship, it's within the self externally, and then coming into the cave of rivers of feeling, it's like, this is the journey I've taken, the mean girls or the mean boys, and now I'm getting an apology, something in time, an apology is coming forward, and it's like, oh, it's like, she's like, oh, you wanted to see me? And they're like, we're here to apologize, because I feel like some deeds have been done. Maybe you know what
Scorpio.
that is. Some deeds have been done. So then I'm thinking to myself, oh, like, how do I get out of this job? Or what are my opportunities, or the situation, whether it's relationship, personal, professional, corporate, creative? What can I do with what I've got? And then I feel like from the cave of winds to the cave of rivers of what I'm feeling, even these bandages again come into play, and it becomes a cape. And I can leap and become like a flying squirrel. The flying squirrel, where do I fit in now? But somebody in your ancestry, someone's in this totem talkers, or this talking stick maybe, are so happy you did this, or you're listening to this. Because you've either... Okay, thank you. This is your cave of earth over here. So this is what drawing down to the earth of sorts, or the earthly experience. See all these books and the cups and the holy waters. You put all this down. You've acquired enough knowledge at that point. It's not to say you may not return here. You look now and you're like, oh, I don't know what... You take this off, you wrap it up, create this cape, almost like you would like down a window.
You don't understand.
And this gets, I don't know, I just see you flying. I feel like you come back in the windows almost. Again, I'm in this holographic, holistic nature. Look, there's that cross. But I don't see the cross when I was talking about... I'm actually seeing it like just the body. Like, take the cross away and the arms would extend around the neck. Does any of this make sense? I hope. Please feel well to, if you're still here with me again. Like, thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm going to flip it while we continue to add on some cards here. Normally I would do an extended, but you know what? I'm going to just go for it. Let's go for it. So I flipped it. If you see, sense, or feel anything. Oh, I'm seeing palm trees. And palm fronds. Like, I feel like I'm being waved. I wrote the book, and it's almost like, what do you do now that that's done? You wrote it. You wrote it. Sorry, I had to wander in there. What's going on over here? Okay.
Africa.
Who's saying Africa? Drive me away from you. High Priestess of Earth. Interesting. This is the first time I've ever been asked to go the opposite way now. Okay, that's cool. Earth up, earth up. This is what maybe you walk away. You're like, I'm done reading, I'm done writing, and I'm on to something new. But the High Priestess of Earth, it's like being of service and being of servant. It's almost like wandering away from the desk and putting it into action. I'm also seeing somebody speak to it, whether that's online, in person. Maybe you have a club, a book club. I don't know whatever this is, or you're having a meeting because you've created something. There's something. Sorry, this is success.
Goodbye.
And there's a contract there. Thank you so much for being here with us. Goodbye. And going back into the cave of rivers with the moon, and then you have success, but congratulations. This is from the ancestors coming in. This heart, it's like it's almost complete. But you're kind of being adored for it. Adorned. They're all looking at me. They're reaching out towards me. I'm also seeing a sickle, or a sickle, I'm going to say. Also,
Scream.
Waxing and waning of moon cycles. Maybe that's why. Oh, that's interesting. That's so interesting. A full feathered bird ready to take flight out of the nest. Full feathered. This is maybe a nest that you have built. But I think people, spirits have been helping you along the way. I think you have avoided certain dangers. I don't know, whatever you've been through. It's like whatever the story was before. Cave of Hearth Fires brings in the High Priestess of Fire. Perfect. This is also passion.
Fool.
Sorry, give me a moment. There's a scary clown in here. I don't like clowns, but I see him. He's like a scary clown. Where does the scary clown take me? Is it a scary clown, or is it a very odd looking bird? Like an odd duck feel, an odd duck. I could say black sheep, but it's like an odd duck. Okay, so you might resonate with that. Like even from this situation, you might feel like outside, right? The not fitting in, the odd duck. Well, you're here, so to some extent, awkward is awesome. And I appreciate you. If you're still here with me too, man. I love those that go the distance as the Rorschach reveals and the reflections that come through. You guys, if you've been with me long enough, you know that I stress or kind of struggle with what's a popular time frame or cutting it. But anyway, if you've made it through the distance, I appreciate you. Thank you. There's a Sphinx in there as well.
Amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you. But you are amazing. We're coming into the Cave of Winds, and now we have the moon. How amazing is that? Reflectively, in the Cave of Rivers, success, moon, and then in the Cave of Winds, oh my goodness, the Nine of Cups. This is your success, and your thoughts brings it about in your feelings. It's like the thoughts and the feelings, the thoughts and the feelings. Man, the scary clown. I know you're not a scary clown. You're just like a weird looking bird, but I feel like I'm just, I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm not sure what to do with it for a moment. Hold on. It's like a, okay, that's why. Thank you. Okay. So I'm in some sort of, it's tribal markings. There's some sort of tribal paints. It's scary. I'm not going to lie. It's like straight up scary. Scary clown. I'm not trying to diminish or mock anything by saying it was a scary clown or a bird, but I feel like there's a costume that's put on that has all these tribal markings that's stepping forward. And I mean, like, it's like face paint and there's things.
Over here.
People are bringing things in preparation. Okay, these beings are like carrying things, torches and pens. I'm cleaning in preparation for this like scary war paint bird. And when I say war paint, it's not because I imply that there's war, but maybe they're just warrior-esque because they're protected. They're carrying me. That's how I'm feeling. Not me personally, but you. Sorry, and I know I flip-flop between I, me, you. Sorry. This is me, you. I am being carried in or protected by this being that's kind of scary. I'm not going to lie. But now I understand why. Now I understand why. I don't know if I'm explaining the why, but maybe you understand. There's cleaning up happening. There's also conditions. I'm hearing conditions that are preferred to present this part of you. I am also seeing some gameplay, and I mean
Silly.
that like croquet. Yeah, there's this. It is not all dun 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 dun. No, this feels like, remember how I was talking about like you might. Okay, it's like passionate play here on Earth. When you would maybe go and speak to something, or maybe you're a boss of a bunch of people or human resources, you're giving a speech. Maybe you're just talking to yourself in the mirror, talking to your guides. I don't know what it is. It's none of my business. I don't need to try and figure it out. But that's what it's like. It's like playing. It's like, oh, we're going to go have this serious meeting. We're going to go talk about mergers, and we're going to talk about history and ancestry. I don't know, just things. And then we're going to go and play pool.
Man.
We're going to have a nice dinner, and then we're going to go and watch a movie. It just lightens the mood. It's a little bit more playful. We're not always this all the time. That is exhausting, and it becomes, in its own way, shape, or form, I'm hearing stuck in the mud. And you don't want to be a stick in the mud because you know what stick in the mud is like. So you're like, let's do this, whatever it is, do the speaking thing, go book signings, again, whatever the symbology means for you. Let's go take care of our groceries and our laundry, clean the house, and then we're going to have popcorn and pizza, and we're going to have a nice relaxing day. We're going to go on vacation. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. Okay. Closing out here, back where we started, in the cave of ice, is listening. Do we have? Why do I feel? Oh, it was the Dumbo thing. I feel you are listening. Also, something about human resources, not only as a job, but you might be a holistic human resource. There's that book again. There's a book. This book could be a dictionary. Specifically, contract,
Haunted.
also like history, like a photo album, or the book that you yourself have written, your journals. Maybe you're going back and reflecting upon your own stories that you felt and, and they're like being frozen out of time. But you have been and are listening to, you also are really good at listening to other people. I swear somebody is like teaching or sharing something in the spiritual realm. Or as it could be esoteric, ancient wisdom. There's something about it. Okay, so I want to close out right down here and then add on some witches. Oh, actually, we're not adding that. Well, okay, we will. All right, sorry. Okay. Something else about like tiki torches keeping the skeeters away. Maybe that's just symbolic as well of just, what is that? Is that it's one of those branches again from the beginning, branches and birds. Some of you, I don't know if it's like TV, because I'm seeing a peacock and the emblem for, because I'm hearing dun dun dun. Is it like NBC or CBS or something along that lines? Something about TV. Maybe some of your reporters as well. Oh, somebody also might be too like a whistleblower. I don't know. Okay, sorry, rebirth. There's death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It is a mighty rising, O flame resurrected. I want to see how there's 3. And the 3 brides. I tend to, like, this is almost like, maybe your bloodline, your emotions, physicality, your purity, your spirit form. This also could be your root chakra, your throat chakra, and above the crown chakra. Or your crown, depends how you land in that. See the shape of the sticks in there? I kind of want to place them like that. Can I get another one? Is that helpful? We're going to go over there.
You don't understand.
It's like the moon cycles as well. The journey, Persephone. Thank you. So in this listening card, darkness does not always equate to evil. Light does not always bring good. If we may, the darkness and the light. There's a middle one. There's something that's being purified through the rebirth. You are the rebirth. This is also you, your ancestors bringing you forward. I also want to know when I come back in here, I want to place this here. The flames of the peacock. Which brings me into like if a peacock and a phoenix had a baby and they got together. This is a celebration. Something is being risen. I'm not trying to understand. I'm trying to explore your journey. Your journey. We'll take one last card.
Sinner.
Sorry, for 1 second as well. It's like, remember when I was talking about like that scary figure, and there's that scary figure.
Africa.
Man, you have said Africa a few times. Is something going on about Africa? It kind of maybe does look like Africa in there. Somebody going on, vacation in Africa, or maybe you live in Africa. Maybe it's African ascendance as well. Ascendants. Did I say ancestors before?
Dig.
But now there's like ascendants. Is something going to be dug up in Africa? Like some sort of different ascendants? Have they already been dug up? And we just don't know. I don't know. And then it brings me into like a different history. I'm sorry that I'm off track here, but it is what it is. I'm following that random thought, that reflection. Like I want to be scared of this creature, like me as Steph. I want to be. because of what I've been through and what I know. And I will take heed and note of that. But I will also feel safe knowing I have a protective energy, and it may just be part of my shadow. It's like being scared of your own shadow all of a sudden. That's how I'm feeling. I feel like I'm suddenly admitting or saying out loud, like I'm afraid of my own shadow. Like as a child, you get spooked. Again, not the worst thing. I feel like a moron, but it's not the worst thing. But it's like you have to learn to trust that shadow. Because sometimes when we're blind by the winds, so we listen. This is like what's being configured as well? So, and typically I would say, as we've gone through, this is the shaman's palm. But I want to note that I feel like I'm kind of ending on a powerful pentagram or paradigm. And I'm being asked to lead with that moving forward. Like, you can't hurt me.
Louder.
Because I understand this configuration. While I'm here on earth, and while I'm the high priestess of fire up here is bringing me into the not only the passions, but each point. And it's like each point catches fire on the earth with the air, bringing in the rebirth. I am the water. The journey has been from frozen to feeling, because this is in the ice age, and maybe I lived in my shadow for so long and I felt frozen and cold, and I want to bring warmth and love to that part of me, because my shadow shouldn't suffer because of something. Maybe it's like putting things in, balanced emotions.
Morning.
Good morning. Well, it's actually not morning. It's at nighttime, but that's okay. It's the balancing of them, and not seeing like even up here and then these two. And it brings in the journey brings them together into this rebirth that is a blessing. And you've been navigating it the whole time through the history, the lineages, the whatever, the situations, the emotions, the feeling, all the caves of consciousness, all the caves that are there for you to contemplate in, create in, play in, playing in your own power. To come to the understanding of what your elixir of life is for you. And also still heeding from the beginning discernment of who may want a taste of that. Concealments on the bottom, and knowing how to hide from any
Satan.
Jokers, how to hide your blessings and power. Like, you don't have to hide things, you know what I mean? To be like, you know what I'm saying. Have confidence, but it's almost like sometimes that confidence conceals something that somebody doesn't have access to, which is your good fortune and your success. Don't worry about this upside down, because I didn't swap them around. Because thank you, because like we've said from the beginning, even like with the evil stepsisters, they don't want you to have success, but you gain it because you take the leap. You take the bandages off, you heal. They don't want that for you, but you've already gone through that. The story changes. And now around the neck is almost like that remembrance, that sacrificial figure, that remembrance for my rebirth. That is always I'm also seeing something about honor, because and I will let you go.
I'm coming.
I promise. The three fires. And I don't know much about it, but it's blatantly stepping through, so I'm going to say that. The three fires. Okay. I want to thank you so much if you have stayed here with me. I hope that you enjoyed. Feel well to, like I said, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of great stuff, and any sort of support you guys have shown. I am so grateful. You warm my haunted heart. To the members, if you're new, viewers, the whole kit and caboodle. You are the whole kit and caboodle. I adore you. Until next time.